EG are the stronger team as far as just how they're playing on the new patch. They're looking very solid. They're adapting well. They're just playing like very kind of they're fairly versatile with some like their supporting cast. At least we're seeing Sumail play a lot of TA and stuff. We're seeing some of heroes out of Universe, now TZ maybe, and they could actually take EG's pick. They take the Life Stealer away. I'm always wondering if EG was first to pick the TA here. TA with Slada, very powerful. It's obviously been a big hero for Sumail throughout this tournament. It could just be a let's first to pick it kind of scenario.
Yeah, it would worry me a little bit because a lot of times it's been the last pick, but I mean, it's something that's incredibly strong. Ooh, look at that.
I think they're looking to secure our TZ hero that he wants to play, and he feels like it's the 1v1 heroes. He's being left alone in the safe lane a lot of these games, so Weaver, much like the Lifestealer, doesn't need a whole lot of support. And it's a good, obviously, a direct counter to Lifestealer, very good against him. Being elusive, having physical damage, Lifestealer is pretty low armor, so it is a direct counter to the Lifestealer.
Yeah, and I guess that, you know, it's a situation too, very, like you're saying, elusive. Would that be something where you try and lane against him? Or is that a little bit too hard of a lane, or maybe a bit too weird?
I'm not just laning wise. It's you probably just want to leave the Weaver in the safe. Like both teams, I think if they're playing RTZ Weaver, I imagine it'll be safe lane with the Lifestealer also in your safe lane. What EG like to do is contest the Lifestealer with like Slada plus Darkseer or something. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like a ban onto that Darkseer. Or potentially even Barra is already banned, so they're more worried about these annoying lanes that contest the Lifestealer, while the Weaver kind of free farms up top. So I think Newbee, you need to pick some like a good KP hero to actually contest his lane. And yeah, there we go. There's the Darkseer ban.
I mean, after we saw in the last game, it definitely feels like that is a hero that you want to take out of the pool, and it's also just great with the Slaughter Iron Shell on top of him. All the things you're talking about there. OD also taken out now.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, we saw the Storm Spirit ban before. Is that something you also want to think about, or is that just because of the Drow Ranger in the last game that it was so much the thing to be worried about?
Sorry, what was that? I didn't hear.
Oh, I was just asking, do you think Storm is worth banning out here, or do you think that that's not as scary without the Drow?
It's worth banning out just because it's like SCC's two big heroes to me are Storm OD, but at the same time, it's definitely not as scary without the Drow. And Slada is a good initiation for Storm, so if they pick Storm up too early, you can look to counter it. But I imagine that's maybe more a decision up to Sumail. Like if Sumail wants to versus Storm mid, he may just be saying leave it in. They may even want to pick the Storm for Sumail himself. But I mean, it's a safe approach just to ban Storm if they're worried about it.
Yeah. Is obviously SC very well known for his play on that hero. Invoker too, but Invoker really hasn't been getting that much play either. I guess, is there anything else? Like, it feels like this is definitely a team where SC is your playmaker. He's the one that's going to try and, you know, win you the game, basically. Is there any other carry that sort of goes into the late game that might be worth thinking about? Or do you not even take it at this point?
I mean, I think EG are the better team in the late game, so I think Newbee are going to focus more on the early to mid game. That seems to be where they're like more a mid game team to me, where they're like grouped up as 5, they're making all these moves, they're taking towers, they're the ones playing aggressive. Bounty Hunter kind of fits that motif. For EG, they're the team that seems to shine more in the late game when you can get Sumail like 6 slotted. Sometimes it's Arteezy, sometimes it's Sumail. They're a team that seems to just, when the games go longer, EG is much more efficient on the map. They play more like the split up and farm style. So if you're Newbee, you're just naturally grouping up more as a team. They don't, to me, want to go for like a super late game lineup.
Okay. Well, and now EG has the decision for themselves. How do we deal with this? It's a bounty hunter. Obviously, does well at being able to keep eyes on that Weaver. If Weaver does want to go back for a Linken's at some point in this game, it's a little bit of a problem because Track could just break it. But Underlord, what do you think about this pick?
Sticking with the laning heroes. This has really been EG's motif: is win the lanes and then out-farm your opponents. A lot of teams, it's very different because most teams it's like you win the lanes and then they look to push towers and end the game fast. EG, they win the lanes, but then they don't care about ending the game fast. They're happy to sit back and out-farm their opponents. They just want to make sure that they win early on and can get more farm out of that early game lane stage, and it creates a ton of space for Sumail. Sumail's the big player in the EG setup that benefits the most from when they contest this dire off lane, because they're going to send like Underlord down there with a Slather, with help, and as a result, there's no ganks going Sumail's way. Sumail gets a straight up 1v1, which is where he gets to shine.
God, I love that, and I really want to see. I mean, we saw the Underlord play in the previous game. Evil Geniuses did some fun stuff with it, where they were pressuring up on the top lane. They took a tier 1 tower, and then they Dark Rift to the Shrine, and then take another tier 1 tower. That was with an IO. Do you think that the global strategy loses a little bit of its potency, not having that IO, or is this still pretty strong from EG?
It's not as strong. They're going to be looking more at, I think, the Dark Rift as a defensive tool to, like, if you get a quick kill or you win a fight, but it's not like the other team's about to respawn and catch you out. That's where you use the Dark Rift more defensively just to get out. It's kind of like a team relocate back to Fountain or back to your Shrine that you can look to play around. So it's like the team IO, but it's like if you could only use relocate defensively. It's kind of how I look at Underlord. It's very hard to use his ultimate in offensive ways. Although we did see it like used to push towers, like EG won a fight yesterday in one of their games, and then they used the Underlord TP to get them to a tower to take an objective. So it's a much more like team-oriented play rather than IO +1, where you're more like split apart farming the map.
I wonder if maybe we end up seeing at some point like a Death Prophet being paired with an Underlord or something like that, so you can't immediately go from the fight to taking one of those objectives. That'd be kind of cool. But for now, at least, it's just going to be the Dazzle. And we also had the Legion Commander come out from Newbee. It's a hero that's been on the rise.
Yeah, this was one of like the most successful heroes of the Boston Majors. I think it had the highest win rate of any hero, I almost want to say. Which, considering that like a few months back it was laughed at when people saw Legion, they'd just kind of scoff and be like, oh god, someone picked Legion, they lost. It seems like teams truly understand the hero's strengths with how hard she is to kill in the lane. The overwhelming odds giving you a ridiculous amount of movement speed. You're very tanky. And it's also an offlaner that really transitions into a core, which we're seeing more of, where teams want to have more kind of heroes farming on the map. There's more jungle to farm now, so Legion Commander very good at jungling, of course. Obviously, you don't want to jungle from level 1, but it's something you can do when you're not contesting the lane.
I remember around that time. Oh my god, Queen of Pain. And this is the hero. We talked about this the other day, too. Octarine core shenanigans that you get out, and you take that talent at level 25, 90%, 95% life steal from your spells. Really cool stuff. But yeah, I remember the time when it was, people were talking, oh my god, Legion first 2 picks, even they lost the game, and then they just end up taking it out and winning from there. So really cool. Newbee, is there anything that they need to be concerned about right now, or ways to fix their draft at this point?
They're just looking for that big SCC hero to pull it all together for the mid lane. Who do they want to send against the Queen of Pain? Something that could, I mean, they've got the Legion to be and Bounty to be vehicles for lifesteal, so they don't have to like think too much about that. Invoker's seen a lot of nerfs, so he's not really quite as good, so could still be a consideration just because of the Sunstrike with the Legion Commander duel. They just need some kind of big playmaker. It's not the playmaker I was expecting. It is a playmaker. Is it mid-axe we're going to see? Or are we seeing mid-Legion?
Mid-Legion, yeah. That's sort of the maybe style that he was doing it for a long time. They were also playing in the offlane there as well, but he was playing a couple of mid-Legion games. Do you like it? I mean, he can press the attack off the dagger, correct?
Yeah, press the attack off the dagger, the amplify damage in the mid-game. I mean, it's a very useful spell in general. As far as the one-word match against Quap, like Quap doesn't harass you hard enough because of how tanky Legion is, and you've got that little bit of life steal as well, that Legion should do fine 1v1 there. I guess the other option is you send someone like Rubik mid and have Axe as a full position, but
oh my god, they might.
Then you're looking at Bounty 5. I don't know, because Bounty is that seems like a move EG would do, where you play that like greedy style Bounty 5 position. Newbee to me is a team that wants to have a traditional 5 position support for Faith. They don't want to do something too greedy in terms of the lanes, but
I want to go
see in just a second. Do you lag when you load in always as well? It takes like a good couple of seconds.
There have been some problems. There's some issues currently in the world of Dota. I think it's been talked about a good amount, but there's some issues.
So KP playing the Axe, and it will be the mid Legion Commander for SCC. He's got the Pro Man Shield. KP saving his money, likely considering an Iron Talon. I imagine Axe still jungles pretty well, even with the change of the nice thing is you can just stack immediately at that first minute mark, so you can start by farming up like a double stack at your medium camp. So saving his money, likely see an Iron Talon there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to see that. And, it's something also, too, where he can go out there, just see if the lane ends up working into his favor or not. What do you think about Weaver versus Axe? It feels like this is something that could probably... I mean, there's a chance for a kill if you get a good call, but it feels like you can always play against it.
Yeah, you can. The Dazzle, if you're laning him with the Weaver, is very good against the Axe in lane because Axe can't take creep waves, or he's just going to take a Shadow Wave. Obviously, Axe is a counter to the Dazzle at most other stages of the game because you can't use Grave. Axe is very good against the Weaver when you get the Blade Mail with the Blink, though, because you just blink in, you call, Weaver does a lot of damage on the Blade Mail, and he kind of returns it on top back to himself. So I like the Axe pick against Weaver. Against the Dazzle, it's of course very good. So Axe is definitely a strong hero this game. It's just going to be a matter of how much he can't really contest the lane. If anything, Artesian may just have a straight 1v0 up top lane until KP realizes Dazzle's not up there. We'll see if Dazzle even heads top. It seems Dazzle wants to kind of contest bottom. We still EG again. Last game it was 3 heroes down bottom to start. After a couple of minutes, they rotated the bounty up top, but they want to make sure they get this good early start down bottom.
And I mean, this was something that we saw from them a lot, even at TI, was sort of the way that they would switch up their lanes and occasionally just have one person solo. But then it was usually the off laner. Now they're having it be Arteezy be the person who's going in the solo lane. So I like the sort of the change up. Do you think that this ensures a lot of farm early on for the off laner, or is this just more they feel comfortable with Arteezy's going to do?
They feel comfortable with Arteezy, and they also want to, again, it's really good for Sumail. When it keeps the supports busy. Oh god, Bounty just took a big Shadow Wave nuke there. And that's like oh crap, they're actually ditching Arteezy solo top. KP's not even in the lane fighting the Weaver. He probably farms faster in the jungle, to be honest, so it's not like the worst idea, but it's still not the expected result. KP immediately shrines. I mean, he wasn't even that low on HP, but it felt like he just wants to go to lane on full. But yeah, Sumail mid, when you see this trailing down bottom, Sumail's going to have a very good time at mid because of that.
Yeah. They are going to bring in the Bounty Hunter who wants to try and go for a snipe here, but there is no courier that's coming out as of yet. Bottle's still about 300 gold away before he's going to be able to pick that one up. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled for that Bounty Hunter. It does also look, though, like they're going to be able to pressure a little bit more heavily because you have the Bounty Hunter out of the lane.
Yeah, that means they can do more at the bottom lane. Bounty's going to stick around mid, but actually he cancelled the salve, it looks like. So Sumail losing his salve makes this lane quite a bit more difficult. He's going to have to bring out another one. Yeah, he's got another one coming, but Bounty should theoretically know this. If he can go for a snipe, that would be very nifty for him.
Oh, he's going to go the long way around, and Courier going back, he realizes he's not going to be able to outpace it.
Yeah. I mean, he's even pinging out. Sumail knows exactly what's going on. There was no way for Bounty to get the Courier there because he kept the Courier tower. Even when he transferred it, he walked himself back. Bounty's going in mid lane.
Oh.
Sumail. He's baiting. He went in with the creep wave. That was a bad... You don't want to go in that. Even if he didn't have the creep wave, Sumail was ready for it, so... Well played. Sumail's... He knows all these tricks. He's versed a few Bounty Hunters in his days.
Yeah. And now they, heads back home. All good and wonderful. It does look like his lane is maybe going to become a bit easier here as well, off the back of getting that region. Still doesn't have the bottle, but it will be probably by that 3-minute mark that he'll be able to get it, and they won't have to worry too much about getting it sniped.
He has gone for 2 points in the Shadow Strike, so he wants to really pressure the Legion, but big thing is here, Legion doesn't have mana right now. Press the attack eats up a lot of your mana pool, and if you want to use overwhelming odds to farm the creep wave, then you're not going to be able to really sustain using the Purge to get rid of Shadow Strikes. Sumail just walks up, there's no mana right now, SCC still doesn't have a bottle. And this mid lane is looking very good for Sumail's Queen of Pain.
And now also it's going to be timed out. Probably, I guess you can't push the wave as hard. That's, I guess, the downside. Is that something you need to be worried about for Quap, or you just keep farming up and do your thing?
You're not worried. You bottle Crow if you need to. Like, normally you think heroes, you want to push the lane out so that you can then go secure room, but already Sumail's going to just immediately transition to bottle Crow. You've got the Shrine there as well to help sustain you. The lane push isn't really necessary. You want to just be able to slow down and pressure SCC as much as possible. Okay. He's still pre-bottle. Sumail is getting very aggressive on him, but knows he can't blink in. Bounty Hunter's missing off the map. It's very dangerous to go too aggressive. And other big problem is SCC can just fall back to his Shrine if he really wants to. It looks like that's actually maybe a consideration for him.
Yeah. And Bounty Hunter, after getting that initial good start in the mid lane, helping out his Legion commander, hasn't really been able to accomplish all of that much. Is this something where he needs to try and sap experience in a lane for a little while, or how do you see him getting his initial farm in this game? Oh,
I guess Bounty Runes is the dream.
He's
takes
going
the
in.
rune from the quad.
Nice
Oh,
pick up.
Has been killed.
Barely got it. That was so close to getting over the tree line there. That's Quab did not put the bottle on there. I think Quab was expecting to find a rune, or hoping to find a rune, which is not the case. So that's going to be very useful for SCC now. Doesn't have to worry about being bottle crowed upon. So Bounty Hunter rotating in. His lane's looking a whole lot better.
Maybe a little bit more damage coming in. Does have a shuriken as well, but it's not opt to use it, and that's going to be some fountain regen for Sumail as Bounty Hunter walks up to the high ground and realizes, I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah. Will he go for any more? It doesn't look like he wants to. Doesn't want to play around Sumail too much there. So Legion's picking out his own shrine, saying like, look, he shrined. It's time for me to shrine then. If he's going to be full HP, let's mirror it. So both mid laners use their shrines in the neighborhood. Overall, seeing the CS, it feels like, again, EG, this is a team that always prioritizes winning the laning stage, and they're doing just that. All three at their cores with good CS. Underlord is out farming the Lifestealer. It feels like this off lane is where EG are just beating they're winning their games time and time again. They're always having two heroes down there. Their offlaner universe is often out farming the enemy carry, and this game is no different.
Yeah, and it's also a little bit of a departure from what we saw before, too, because in the previous ones where Universe was getting outlaned, he would get his levels. Well, open wounds, they turn it back around now. Pit of Malice is already out. It does look like the rotation, and we won't be able to find a kill. But before, it was that they would stack up the jungle then with the other heroes, and now if they have enough to just win the lane, they just win the lane, and it doesn't matter. So it feels like there's sort of a good answer no matter what happens.
It's like the only way you can win this bottom lane is by fully committing three heroes. If they left the Bounty Hunter here, Sumail would have had an even better time, and one mid lane even harder than he already is. He's at 17 denies with 33 last hits, and if without the Bounty Hunter, that would be an absolute train wreck of a lane. So very, very good play from EG. They've got numbers still this bottom lane. It is a 3v3 for now, but we'll see if Queen of Pain wants to make her presence known. It looks like Sumail wants to just linger around this mid lane.
Ooh.
Links in aggressively. He may be punished for this.
Oh, Duel is there as well, and yeah, that is a quick and easy one. A nice pickup, and KP, the rotation in realizing that Sumail was going to blink, I guess, or just getting lucky?
A bit of more luck than anything. Luck and just being in the right place to take advantage of Sumail's aggression there, because Sumail knew all the supports were at bottom lane, so he's thinking, oh, I can just blink in, harass. Sumail wasn't going for a kill with that blink. He was just going for straight up harass there, but KP just happened to be there. Right place, right time, you know. And it was a rotation where he probably had the call, like, Legion says, I've got duel now, because Legion was probably expecting to go for a duel to set up the call, but because he blinked in, he set up with the call into the duel, so it was almost like the opposite order that you'd expect the two lockdown spells to be used, since the aggressive blink from Sumail was there, but... Either way, nice rotation, KP helping his team out, and he's farming pretty well in this offlane. He's the one core hero of Newbee that you look at who has had a good early game.
Yeah, level 8 now, and it looks like they're going to go for a rotation here, seeing if they can pick up a quick kill on the Weaver. Slaughter's in the area as well, not the best for defensive heroes, but we'll see. Lift is there. Oh, they have been able to get him. Sentry Ward down as well. Call is going to be there. The Crush coming. They are going to be able to get the time-lapse sack, and now in some trouble. They're trying to go for the Dark Rift in. They want to get aggressive and bring down KP. Good reach action to get himself out of there. But scary stuff.
That's the aggressive Dark Rift usage coming out from the Underlord there. It's cool to see him look to get involved, and he puts himself in a position to now be grouped up to take this top tier 1 tower. Access to TP home immediately. Newbee bringing numbers. They want to defend this top lane.
This is
got 3 up here.
Scary. Yeah, and the Legion commander wrapping around as well. We'll see if they can stop it. Oh, Dazzle, what are you doing there? That's not where you want to be. That's not your team.
He walked forward. Maybe some pathing issues there when he walked in. I'm not entirely sure. There was definitely not everyone on the same page. And Bounty's going to find a pretty low HP Weaver here. Has got just 2 points in Shuriken, and I don't imagine Ortiz... Oh, is he going to go for another jungle camp?
Oh, no.
He's getting greedy. He's getting greedy.
Oh, Bounty, go. You got to go for this. This is... Oh, does he realize? I think he might have realized that the bounty was there, or possibly not. He's just going to head back anyways.
It wasn't, what, 225 damage Shuriken with a Janata. Would have probably been able to kill him after the neutral creep, but he used the Shikuchi to kill it off, so it made it difficult. Top lane KP's gone in for a call. Looking for one more spin. Not getting it. That range creep not obliging, and now KP could be dead.
Oh, good TP out again, but it's not going to be there. Yeah, just the crush there from the Slardar, and well, it was looking like it could have been good, but RNG not in his favor.
Yeah, it was one of those like 50-50 plays where it looked like there was like 2 creeps on him, so with the range creep hit like 2 or 3 times. Should have, in his mind, got the spin, but realistically it wasn't like a guaranteed thing. And now they are going to find Bounty Hunter with the dust.
Yeah, chase down is continuing. They do have a crush if they want to use the wand charges, but not going to get it, and instead they just right-click him to death.
Okay. Not bad. Bottom lane Dazzle was killed by the Lifesteal, so it looks like Lifesteal's finally getting some alone time where he can catch up on farm, finds a kill even, but there's not really any hope for him to push this tower.
Dazzle has definitely been the one that's been hurt in this game so far. You can take a look, and 0-2, 6 last hits. It's just sort of the life of a Dazzle, but has gotten level 4.
And we're seeing this again and again. This dire side Ancients camp by the Shrine just being farmed all the time. That wasn't even with a TA. That was a Queen of Pain and Lifesteal. Sorry, Queen of Pain and Weaver. Weaver using the Swarm so they didn't take too much damage, and then they just popped the Shrine so they're healing up. Sumail's already completed his Veil now. He's a good amount of farm, but he's also caught out.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a pretty easy one. A little bit of weird moment there as KP dunked the creep, but still able to find the kill regardless.
You know, gotta give that move speed for Legion to get in for the duel. I'm sure that was the plan all along. All according to plan. Here come EG to defend, though. And again, defending towers with Underlord is very, very easy to do.
Hell, so, I mean, if you compare the early games, it definitely feels like Arteezy is the one on the dire side who's getting a little bit of the better side of the deal. Sumail's been hurting a little bit as this Queen of Pain going down a few times. Do you think that Newbee are the ones happier coming out of this laning stage?
They're happy right now, but they also are probably thinking like, we got to get this blink up and start going for some smoke rotations. So Axe's blink is going to become quickly. They don't want to like 5-man gank too much until they've got the blink. That's when they can start getting some track kills, perhaps using the Infest. Lifesteal is still only level 8, so KP's doing really well. Lifesteal is still a little bit behind. Legion's like a little bit behind as well. I think they're okay with how they've stabilized it by ganking Sumail's Queen of Pain, but they're still not overall like in a advantageous position.
Oh, they smoke up without the axe, but
maybe. I mean, smoking his 5 is very obvious at times. Lifesteal may just pop out. He does. We'll see if EG catch on that he was smoked, or if they think he was just invis or hiding in the trees. Yeah. Seems that based on EG's position, they seem to know what's going on.
Yeah, and scanning that area as well. Radiant trying to find somebody, but won't be anybody there. KP just going to have to walk high ground, and it looks like back out again afterwards. Yeah, the EG are doing a great job of spreading out the map right now, and Slardar is picking up bounty runes. He's trying to work towards his own blink dagger as well.
It's going to be some time for Slardar perhaps, but yeah, the bounty runes, of course, helping that mission. Weaver's got the Dragon Lance up already, so big thing is here it's just like a decent amount of HP, and Weaver's actually ready to fight and kind of gank with the team a bit. Being level 11 with Dragon Lance treads and the Blightstone, this Weaver does a lot of physical damage. The maxed out Swarm is fantastic DPS as well. Heroes like Lifestealer will just melt to the physical damage of this stage.
Oh, Bounty Hunter breaking the smoke. That is going to end up being his death, though, as they've been able to find him, and a quick crush takes him down to the face. They are looking for a bit more.
Oh, he needs to rage TP.
All right, no bash coming out. They will be able to get out of there. So, well, still sticking around. I mean, this looks a little bit scary for Newbee.
Yeah, SCC doesn't want to linger too much. I mean, Bounty did his job there. He revealed the smoke gank and he got a track off before he died. So keeping vision of this ladder means you know where that initiator is. They want to defend bottom. They're staying down here with the overwhelming odds. EG will struggle to push into this one, and already Bounty's respawn. That's why it's Bounty's job to tank that smoke, because he's got such a low respawn timer. He's alive now to defend this tower.
They have the blink as well, about to be revealed. Is going to be put off cooldown. Oh no! Oh, he canceled his TP and blinked.
That was odd. Not sure what. I guess he tried to shift Q his blink or something. And messed it up, perhaps. Oh, but he's still in a position to gank our TZ, but he needs. I want to say he needs help for this kill.
We'll see if RNG is in his favor or not. He doesn't have any creeps right there, though. That's the problem.
There's a TP's coming to the shrine.
Legion.
The Legion.
This would be really big if they could catch it. And there's the jump forward. SC trying to walk forward. Duel not going to be there, but they still get the kill.
KP, man, you gotta respect the jewel, bro. don't go dunking until the jewel's on, at least. That's free damage for Legion. That's a level 2 jewel as well. That would have been some good damage, but nah, great kill. I mean, KP making big plays happen. Even if he could have waited for the jewel there, he's been really the stand-up player as far as Newbee are concerned for this game so far. That was a well-timed blink-in call. He also knew Arteezy only had one Shikuchi, so he catches him like as he's trying to Shikuchi away and then pulls him out of it, so really nicely played.
Absolutely. And now also you've got a combination that can come out. The Lifestealer Infest Bomb with the jump forward, calls on to 2, take down 1, and, well, probably going to take down another. Mechanism is there, and he's going to end up throwing out the Pit of Malice. The dunk still is going to come, and now Zai just going to have to back out before he goes down.
KP is just on a roll, finding kill after kill for his team. He has been instrumental. 4, 1, and 2. He's 6 of their 7 kills right now, coming out of that off lane. And this is one of the downsides of running this like solo Arteezy top lane. When you get a good hero for a 1v1 matchup like an Axe, even though it's not the best against a Weaver perhaps, he's still free farm there. Whereas in the past we've seen KP on more of these like selfless team heroes. This game he's on a hero that can be much more flashy and take advantage of having a 1v1 matchup.
And now looking to try and go for a counterplay here. We do have EG that's defending their tower and also bringing in a couple other heroes along the way. I don't know if they're going to actually try and make something happen. Can they fight this lineup right now?
That's not easy. If they're fighting against 5 and land all their big AoE spells, then yes. But that's going to require them to like catch people with a crush into the firestorm, get a good sonic wave off. It's Newbee who have the quick jump burst potential. Like they blink call one, that one hero will die very, very fast. The Stolen Pit of Malice also gives some extra catch.
Well, they are turning now, and Dazzle is going to end up dropping forward. They have stolen the Pit of Malice. Throw it back at EG's face. The crush is going to come out from Slardar, though, trying to take down that Rubik. Sumail is there, is able to find one, but now maybe some more. Sonic Wave comes out, a lot of damage, but they are going to be able to bring down that Slardar SC, just trying to run away from them. But Queen of Pain Sumail all over her. Armlet still dropping low and trying to fight, but it's not going to happen. 4 dead for Newbee. They make it work, and a triple for Sumail.
That's what they need to do. Hit their spells, get that crush into Sonic Wave. Off that Sonic Wave caught, I want to say 4 heroes. Sumail came up big there with that, and then this is the Dark Rift usage I love to see. Brings everyone back to this shrine. They pop the shrine to heal. Oh no, they don't pop the shrine. They hold on to it. They're gonna go for Roche first, and then save the shrine for afterwards. They want to take advantage of the respawn timers. And they can kill Roche without the shrine. They can use this shrine post Roche, then heal up, then fight. They actually aren't even low HP. They don't need it.
All right, that was so good. All right, we're starting to see some things with Underlord here that Objective Taker. That's the new name of the game for this hero.
Yeah, he's very good at it. Doesn't need a whole lot of farm to function as a hero. Great at just forcing these little fights like that. Turning a one-team fight into towers and Roshan. That's why this hero can shine. And if it's looking like a lost team fight, he's good at getting you out. So whether you're losing or winning the team fight, Underlord with the Dark Rift can be fantastic. Assuming he stays alive in the lost team fight. But he's very tanky, almost has the Guardian Greaves complete now.
So that, like, to me, this is something that people were talking about a lot leading up to his release, was how is it that we're going to see pro teams use him? And even in pubs, I don't think that we've seen this level of coordination, because you don't get this level of coordination in pubs. Really cool to see it.
This is why people don't play like IO in pubs. Well, that's like the same reason people don't play IO much in pubs, is because it requires coordination and a top team to use him well. Underlord was in this place where he was played in pubs because he was ridiculously strong in the old patch. Blink and call at top, they've caught the Slardar. Dead Slardar. But
too easy. Meanwhile, over by the shrine, the bounty hunter is there. Don't think that anybody caught sight of him, so he is going to be able to walk away placing down those wards. And
he almost caught the courier.
I'm curious to see, like, how do you play this now if you're Newbee? It feels like they've, again, lost that momentum.
Unlike the previous game, they are going to be playing more pick-off heavy. Like, they want to keep looking for the Infest Bombs, the Blink Calls, the Blink Jewels. Legion is close to the Blink Dagger. Sumail's going to have a Lincoln Sphere to stop the Jewel, but he doesn't stop the Call. So if you get him with a Blink Call, you can then go in, cancel the Lincolns and still get a Jewel off, or often just kill him during the Call. There's enough damage, they can actually blow him up during it. Here come Newbee, they want to fight, and they've got a Shrine here.
Oh, this could be a big one if they're able to get it, and Dazzle gets the weave onto 3. KP is there as well. Gain his Blink Dagger broken. They are already able to bring down 1. Dazzle gone. Sonic Wave onto 2. It looks like EG want to chase this. Stolen Sonic Wave, but time-lapsed off immediately. Rubik trying his bestest, but KP now also might be the one that ends up going down. The Crush is going to connect, bringing down that Rubik. Takes down KP. Sumail, he does not know the meaning of mercy. And looks like Arteezy was thinking about going down deep for that Legion Commander as well, but thinks the better of it.
Sumail's just playing like on a whole nother level in this tournament. It's one of those things where he's like a player you always talk about as being one of the best mid lanes in the world, but he's truly showing it at this tournament on a new patch. He's adapting incredibly well. He's truly looking like that solo, like, star player from the mid lane coming out, coming up big in all these games. He's really shining, and it feels like this new patch with the hero pool he's being put on, the Queen of Pains, the TAs, these are the Sumail heroes. Often in like the previous patches, he sometimes had to play like the more team-oriented heroes. Some games where he's gotten Ursa, he's done well, but other games he's had to play like a Dragon Knight type hero, and it just hasn't felt like a Sumail hero. But right now we're seeing him do well.
Well, quick crush. They're trying to stay alive here. Zai is going to go down, but man, they're going to lose a lot for it, and now trying to chase down a couple more. They are not going to guess right on the bounty hunter. They have found him now, though, and still able to walk out away from the vision of that sentry.
Yeah. Not really worth it for the lifesteal to die there. That's where we see the Weaver coming into play as a direct counter to the old lifestealer. And we're going to reach this point where Newbee are going to just lack damage to kill heroes. They've got this good initiation coming out from Axe, coming out from Legion, but the dual damage hasn't really picked up enough, and the lifestealer is just under-farmed to the point where he's not really looking like a scary carry, and with Queen of Pain and the Weaver are kind of tanky enough that they can survive the initiation at this point, or at least they're going to have help from the Underlord to survive through it. The Pit of Malice, the Guardian Greaves. And it's going to be a Solar Crest build, so recognizing that there's this single target right-click coming out from both Legion and Lifestealer, Solar Crest is going to be very annoying for Newbee to deal with. Like, whoever you blink in and Jewel or Call is going to get Solar Crest on them, and suddenly that's a lot of the damage being negated.
Yeah, it's great stuff, and I mean, you've also got the Dazzle Grave there if Axe is not in the area. Obviously, KP is wanting to get in the midst of all of it. They do scan out that there's a lot of heroes here for the Dire, and they might just be able to catch Arteezy in the middle of all of this. It doesn't look like they feel comfortable going, though. Just a little bit too afraid. Tracks out, but that's all they get.
Yeah, it was almost Arteezy trying to catch the bounty there who had walked into a sentry ward, so they get down some observer wards, but realistically a big smoke like that, Newbee were hoping for a dual kill, and ideally a dual kill on a core hero. They're ulting in top.
They canceled it.
Oh, canceled it, okay, yeah. Didn't commit. Either canceled or maybe the lifestealer killed the creep that he was going on.
Oh, that's right. You can't cancel it, can you? I was thinking that was a thing for a moment, but... lift, Weaver, dueled, gone. I guess at the end of the day, it is still a Weaver.
Yeah. Yeah, and you actually can cancel the Dark
Okay.
Rift as well, so you can cancel it during the cast if you want to.
Oh, right. It's you. The enemy team can't cancel it. I'm still learning this hero. He's a problem. This is why you're here. Thanks for the help.
It goes on to cooldown if you cancel it, so it's still like you still can't use it after that. But I don't even fully know how like some of these changes. Last game I was forgetting that you can't defusal yourself and stuff like that. You know, there's all kinds of changes. Like this patch note was like 100-page. You know, it's like reading a book. I'm a Dota player. I don't read books. That stuff's for intellectuals.
Intellectuals, absolutely. Yeah, we don't do that. We're not about that. 23 minutes in, we got 25 kills so far, around a 2,000 net worth lead. We haven't been seeing really huge like net worth leads that just continue to expand throughout the game. It feels more so that you almost lose the game in one fell swoop, as The courier is going to go down. Nice little pickup there for the bounty, but Smail immediate on top of him. And he revealed, dust is out. They have got him. Amp damage is out as well, and he's gone.
Through the track at Sumail, who has a Lincoln, so didn't get that off. But I mean, kind of, that's the bounty hunter role. Sometimes you're going to die to get your team some info, some vision, or a courier kill, and does get the snipe at least, so not too crippling for him as far as just doing what's needed for the team. Just 24 minutes in, we see Sumail. He's already got the Blade Mail picked up, so making it very clear what he wants to go for. The Blade Mail Octarine is coming. He's getting a lot of experience as well, so that level 25, it's not exactly close to it by any means, but he should have it by like maybe the 30 to 35 minute stage of this game, probably closer to that 35 minute stage.
Yeah, we've seen also that you go back afterwards for the Shivas, and I've found out a couple other interesting things about it, that if you get a Shiva's guard off as you have Octarine Core and that passive ability, it heals you up instantly to full if you catch it onto like 4 heroes or something. It's insane how much regen you get.
Jesus, that's crazy. Okay, I mean, Queen of Pain's like suddenly this like late game kind of carry, but also like she's just tanky. She does damage while also being unkillable. It's kind of crazy what this hero does. And like even right now, you're looking at a Queen of Pain doing 200 damage, 25 armor. Like with the Veiled Blade Mail, these items give you a ridiculous amount of armor. Like Lifestealer and Legion, they can't kill the Quap. It's not feasible.
It's a weird world we live in when it's the Queen of Pain that's maybe the tankiest hero on your team, potentially. But I mean, Underlord's really up there as well, but the Crush is going to be out there. They're trying to Dark Rift in on this, and they do want to take the fight. They are able to catch it. Bashed out and brought down. Oh, poor Lifestealer.
I'm watching him raid TP. I'm like, okay, good, smart call. Just TP out before they come in with the Underlord ulti, and then he gets first aid bashed. And they'll catch bounties. Man, we're seeing a lot of starters get these first bashes today and yesterday.
Don't even need the upgraded little passive. It's there. Don't even need that level 25. Now waiting for Roche. Unfortunately, there is still no Roche timer, so we're not going to know exactly when it is respawning, but it looks like Crit thinks it's right about now.
He's just camping away. Also probably feels safer inside the pit, knowing that can't get vision inside. Maybe themselves, they're getting close to a few more items themselves. They've got the Blade Man now on KP to go with his Vanguard. SCC's working on a Halberd, so he wants to... This is a nice item to break the Lincolns on the Queen of Pain, so if you blink Call, you can follow it up with the Legion blinking in using the Halberd to break Lincolns, and then also get the Jewel off. Oh, okay. He found Dazzle.
Yeah, now Rubik also going to be controlled. Brought down. Sonic Wave is out as well, and they are controlling. KP has to go for the TP, but it's never going to work. Is going to also now turn onto the Bounty Hunter. He is gone. 3 dead. They take out the Dazzle and get some dual damage. I guess that's...
15 seconds for
Roche. SC, sure.
That's a bit of a stretch, perhaps. They'll lose Roshan and 3 heroes, but you'll take that dual damage. Legion is getting pretty farmed at this point, but
I mean that's
get poked away at. But now this is where EG, they're just gonna fall back, go for Roche.
The thing about that was so weird was I was looking at the vision beforehand, and Newbee knew that all of the heroes were there for EG the entire time. They had vision all up in that area with this nice ward that they were able to place. So,
yeah,
bit of an interesting decision.
Committing the duel and the Dazzle, like getting a guaranteed duel kill to start a fight off sounds like a good idea, but then you think about it, like you just use one of your key ultimates to lock down a 5-position support. That's an ultimate that in a team fight you really need to get on Queen of Pain, or you need to get on Weaver. Like I think using the duel on the Dazzle is going to lose you team fights. It's fine if you're finding a pick off and then getting out without losing anyone. That's okay, but you can't use it in a team fight on Dazzle.
I do also, it's starting to siege down these towers here. No Lincolns on Weaver, which just hits really hard. Oh, it just did get brought out now. Excuse me. I'm silly. And it looks like
look at Sumail, he's struggling. He's got double energy booster. Oh no. I was watching him trying to shop and he's just like, what's going on? He bought arcane boots, then he bought another energy booster. Now he's gonna have to sell one. Oh my god. This new patch, man, even the best players in the world are struggling.
It really is funny. You know, there's been a lot of threads about the new UI. When that type of stuff is going on in these types of matches, it's a little frustrating for sure.
I mean, seeing pro players struggle in a new patch as well is reassuring. It's like, okay, it's not just me who does fucking dumb shit sometimes. The pro players have to, I mean, Dota's such a game of habit. You get in all these like habits of how you do stuff, and suddenly like these UI changes and stuff, it will throw you off until you adjust and change your habits for like the new patch. So right now though, Aegis on Weaver, EG ready to start sieging and forcing the issue towards Newbee's base.
Back out, at least for the moment, not feeling comfortable until that creep wave is going to get taken down, and instead decide, let's take down those shrines. Those buildings are there. Don't want those to be around anymore, and might even just end up heading over to the other side. Newbee, do they just have to keep playing the pickoff game at this point?
Ideally, find a pickoff and get the hell out of there, because the team fights that ensue after a pickoff are going to be ugly for them.
Oh god, big crush! They got the weave out as well, and Sonic Wave bringing everybody oh so low. BKB is not even ever going to be up and online for KP. The Blade Mail came out, but it wasn't able to stop the damage, and my god.
That wasn't a fight. Not at all. That was a slaughter. Great initiation with the Blink Crush, and well, easy fight for EG, who are back to that top lane. Nice little Courier Snipe. Will be pesky, but it's not going to hold your high ground. You're going to have to come up with more than that to hold this.
Arteezy just going to hit away at this one, and it's feeling more and more difficult at this point for anybody on Newbee to really make the initiation. They want to get the duel off, but at the end of the day, I mean, you've got Grave there as well, and as long as KP is down, it's a tough one.
Yeah, they really need the axe with the Blink Call as well, and Weaver's just going to chip away at this. Likely going to see an uncontested Rax at this rate. The Solar Crest is giving him 36 armor. Now he's got the Weave as well, giving him even more armor. Oh boy.
Oh, jump forward call, trying to pull that Weaver into the base. We'll see if they're going to be able to bring him down. The Lincoln's is already popped and trying to turn, trying to fight time-lapse away. Unable to do anything, though. No follow-up.
That's a free Rax. That's you having the Aegis there. They could theoretically have followed up the call with a Blink Jewel and likely killed him once, but yeah, that would require you committing everything to kill an Aegis, and then you definitely lose the fight that comes up. That's how you lose the game. That's the mistake EG's hoping you make. Like, if you overcommit on that Weaver, they punish you for it. And the only real outcome there for Newbee is to just lose your Rax and try play from a Rax down. Bide your time for the Aegis to expire and hope that you can win in the late game. But you're looking at Queen of Pain, who now has the Octarine completed. Level 21, so closer and closer to that level 25 spell life seal.
God, it really is a scary thing indeed. You start to see all those cooldown reductions, and I mean that's also now at this point for the Blade Mail and the Lincoln Sphere. I'm starting to wonder for Newbee, like, can they take it late game if you start to get those items online, or is this kind of almost a lost cause at this point?
It's getting close to that lost cause point because they're not scaling into the late game in terms of damage output. You're looking at a Queen of Pain who's getting tankier and tankier with the way this Orchid is, the Octarine Core is going to work. So killing her just gets more and more difficult, and your damage isn't getting any scarier. Lifestealer hasn't really grown. It's only the Legion who's scaling decently into the late game, but he's not got enough dual damage to carry them. They're getting surrounded here. This looks really bad for Newbee.
Crush, all right, able to walk away for the moment, and now Duel going to come out. Can they get it? They actually caught it on a Sumail. Can they bring him down, though? So much regen coming out. He gets graved as well, wanting to go for the dunk, but it's not coming out. Oh, KP, you wanted it so badly, but 3 already dead, and now also probably going to lose the Rubik. Well, back home. He TP'd to the tower?
No, oh, it's not your fountain, bro.
Oh, no.
And now they use the Dark Rift. They're bottom lane. They're ready to break high ground. They're ready to get another Rax. Multiple, 3 buybacks used. This cripples Newbee. Even if EG back off here and you've defended your high ground, I don't even think EG have to. Regardless of the outcome of this fight, this is terrible for Newbee.
Now press the attack. KP trying to make his way out of there. Bugs are still on top of him, and the Shuriken is bouncing. I'm not sure if it's going to end up being enough, though. The tracks are continuing to get thrown, but they're weaved up. They want to party. It's time to go.
Yep. They've got the vision on the bounty hunter. Oh, okay, he gets it purged off, though. The press the attack means they lose that vision, so jumping him gets a little bit more tricky, but EG gonna just decide to settle down. Wait for another Sonic Wave perhaps to come back online. This is the other item you can go. You mentioned the Shiver's Guard with the spell Lifesteal. You've now got Mjolnir coming out. You can Lifesteal from the magic damage there as well. And this is the more, like, I guess, a bit more right-click damage, perhaps, that you get than the Shiver's Guard.
It's feeling...
You need the armor. Like, Shivers is great when you need the armor against physical damage, but you've got Weave on your side. You've already got the Blade Mail and the Veil. You've got two items that give you a lot of armor, so...
I think that they're just in such a dominant position that you can also go whatever you want. You don't have to make the sort of ultimate best one ever. And I mean, I guess the other thing is it lets you push out waves a little bit quicker as well. Everything going EG at this point in time. Almost a 20,000 net worth lead, right around 15,000 experience. And I'm struggling to see exactly what it is that you do to get into this one.
Sumail just bought the double Tomb of Experience. Normally you think Tomb of Experience, okay, under-leveled hero needs to catch up, let's give them the Tomb. No, EG's thinking, over-leveled hero, let's get them to level 25. That's their train of thought here.
Blade Mail popped?
Blade Mail.
Still regenerating off the back of some of it, but might still go down. Can they find the kill? No, it's not going to happen. Able to hop away. Sonic Wave connects onto 3. Suddenly, Sumail back up to half HP, and already the Rubik dead. Lifestealer going down as well. They have the Dark Rift, so might actually be able to get out of here with a couple of them. Cancels it in the meantime, and SC turning on to some more. He's doing a lot of work here. Has already taken down the Dazzle, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Sumail is hitting too hard. There's another one. Full team wipe, and Newbee taken down again. No buybacks this time.
Well, he's got some ghost. He does. That's like, if he has the spell Lifesteal there, that's like a, okay, totally makes sense. He got very low there without the spell Lifesteal. It looked like he may have actually gone down, but the sustain, again, it's Universe playing these like team fight oriented, selfless heroes. The Underlord comes in with the Solar Crest, with the Greaves, heals everyone back up. Sumail gets paid off for his ballsiness, and EG take the 2-0 win.
My goodness. Well, easy peasy for EGZ as they're able to take the whole land. They played 4 games of Dota and they dominated everybody. Gods, I mean, Newbee didn't look bad leading up to this. Is EG really looking this good? Do you think they have a great understanding of the patch, or what's up?
I think they look good for now. I mean, they're going to be the team that most people look at. Like, basically, it's kind of like there's such a new early stage of this patch. Everyone has no idea what's going on or how to play it. So the first team that starts doing what everyone is going to either try kind of copy or try and iterate upon. So I think EG are going to have the most eyes on them right now of any pro Dota team out there. They may not have won the major or anything, but they're the ones playing the new patch at a very high level. If OG was playing right now, people would be watching OG saying, what's OG doing? I mean, they were playing their Dota pick qualifier, but they were doing that with 2 stand-ins. So it wasn't like the real OG was playing those qualifiers. So EG with their full roster, go to a LAN tournament in China and sweep it 4-0. Everyone's going to be taking away, learning a lot from watching EG. They've got a very good play style built around Sumail that really seems to shine right now, and that's something teams are going to have to figure out an answer for.
Well, I can't wait to keep watching more great Dota 2. I'm sure soon as we're going to see some more tournaments that are coming up. But for now, China Top won by Evil Geniuses. And it wasn't just the thing that felt most impactful to me about this tournament was that it wasn't just one player taking off. Like, Sumail had great games, sure, but Universe on the Dark